Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, Deacon Gaming are bringing you a bunch of tips and tricks for Cold War zombies, and to start off we're going to be showing you a tip on how to use the knife without getting the lunge animation. So as you can see here, when I kill a zombie you get the lunge animation. It just dips into the zombie. So what you want to do, instead of going forward, you want to come backwards. So as you can see, coming backwards and knifing, you don't get the lunge. So I got the lunge there, and then I move back and knife, and you don't have the lunge animation. So that's the first tip. Moving on to the second. The next tip, or rather a trick, is when you go up to a perk machine, any perk in the game, you can get up to 200 points just by going up in front of it and lying down. Now as you can see, I got 100 loose change, and if you have double points active at that time of lying down in front of the perk machine, you can get 200 points. This works for all of the perk machines, and we'll be back with the next tip. Now the next tip is for perks again, and it's more of a trick. So what you want to do is make sure you have enough money for your perks. I'm going to go for stamina up, and what you want to do is knife and then press X really fast to get your perk. And as you can see, what this does is skips the animation for drinking the perk, and it actually gives you the perk instead. So this saves you about 3 or 4 seconds of drinking the perk, so you can use that few seconds to your advantage by killing zombies or running away or doing whatever. So that is a really cool trick. And now we are going to move on to the next. The next tip is quite simple really, and it's keep moving. You want to always be moving, never stand still when you're in zombies. So don't stand or sit in a corner like this and try and defend and get to high rounds, because you can get only to so far and then you will get trapped. And make sure you see, or rather know, the map. Just have a few games on the map before you do these tips, just to get quite familiar with the places and like stuff that is around. Like there's a big rock there and a tree, so don't go running into it because you could get trapped by zombies. Just get yourself very familiar with the map and always be moving. And this actually brings us on to the next tip, which is quite a common tip that is used in all of the zombies games. What you want to do is train up the zombies. Now for those of you that don't know what training means, it's where you get all the zombies in a pile and you make them follow you. So you just get them all into a big group like this, and then once they're all compact, you can start shooting them, killing them, doing what you please. This is one of the best methods to get to high rounds legitimately, just by training zombies like this. So they're all compact, and then yeah, it's just a very easy method to help you out. And again, this brings us on to the next tip. When you have one zombie left, or rather you want to make yourself have one zombie left, this is perfect for solos or in multiplayer games with your friends. When you've got 1 or 2 zombies left, make sure you keep that zombie or zombies alive, and then that gives you time to go and like pack a punch weapons, go and get your armor, go and get your, I don't know, your ammo, anything that you want in the map. Just leave a couple of zombies and get your friend or whoever to just keep the zombie with him or her. If you're on solo, just keep 1 or 2 zombies alive and then just run off and do what you need to do, or like if you want to do the Easter egg or something, and then the zombie will eventually appear out of a different location, or like in a wall or a window. And if that happens, just run away, make the zombie spawn somewhere else, and go back to whatever you were doing. So yeah, that's a couple of good tips for you. Very common, in my opinion, as I have used all these tips that I'm giving you now for many years. So we're going to be moving on to the next tip now. The next tip, I wouldn't really call it a tip, it's just a useful thing to do, and it's a nice gesture. When you're in a multiplayer game, there are many doors and places that need to be opened with your essence. If you don't know what essence is, it's the cash that you get at the bottom left. As you can see, I've got 3,210, but we'd like to call it cash. So different doors and places cost different amounts of cash, and as when you're in a multiplayer game and different people have different amounts, don't make the one with the most money go and open up all the doors. You want to share out the doors. Know the costs of the doors. So this is 1,250. And there's another door in there that's about 1,750. When people have the most money, it doesn't mean they should open up the most expensive. You want to work out what the prices of the doors are and work out what you have money combined, and then choose who you should have open that certain door and the other doors, and so on and so forth. It's not always the person with the most money that should open up all the doors. You want to share out the money and share out the doors equally to benefit your whole team. Moving on to the next tip. The next tip is the Aether Tunnel, which is the anomaly that you find around the map. What you want to do is go into the anomaly, and when you teleport into the Aether world, you'll see little crystals lying around outside of the buildings. If you hit them, they will give you essence, which is also known as cash. Not all of them do though, so as you can see, I've got 1620. If I hit this one, I've just got 1720. If I hit this one, I got 1820. This one, I didn't get any that time. And there's one over here, and I didn't get any that time. You also can get weapons out of these. You can get armor, you can get bottles of essence, so there can be like up to 400 essence, maybe even 500. So I would suggest every time you're going into the Aether, you come and get these Aether Crystals, because you can get a lot of stuff out of them. It is really useful if you're needing a couple hundred points or some ammo or shields or anything. They can drop near enough anything in zombies. There's another 100, so it is really worth going around getting all of these when you go into the Aether, because this will help you out a lot. And that is it for the tips and tricks. That is all that we have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and until next time, it's been good, it's been great, it's been Deacon Gaming.